Hi, Jim Romer with the Weather Wealth newsletter. Hope you had a chance to catch this amazing eclipse from Texas to the Midwest to Vermont early this week, though there was some cloud cover. We're offering you a free recent issue of Weather Wealth today. It's going to be talking about parabolic moves and also recent trading strategies and a preview of what I expect for the spring and summer. So, of course, the biggest parabolic move, or one of them anyway, in history, and the first market to be traded was, of course, tulips back in the 1600s. Most parabolic moves after the speculative craze ends last less than about 6 to 9 months. Look at the case, for example, in some of these markets with droughts for corn back in 2011, 2012, the global crop squeeze in wheat back in 2008. Most of these parabolic moves lasted less than 6 to 9 months. And then we had a collapse. Global production of crops improve, the dollar strengthens, too many people long the market. The big one recently, of course, was natural gas. And I've been bearish the last 2 winters for my Weather Wealth clients, off and on, several trades this winter, short calls or short futures. A major collapse once again in natural gas after the spike during the Russian-Ukraine war 2 years ago. So, what else can we talk about as far as parabolic moves? Well, of course, Bitcoin, the advent of that in 2017 was a short-term reaction. The market's come way back, but notice even this market, like most commodities and even stocks, has less than, as I mentioned, a 6-month parabolic crazy move up. And the most recent one, of course, that we were bullish last winter and also spring and early summer in cocoa, really has been a much bigger move than we expected here the last 3 months, has been in cocoa. Until the 5-day moving average of cocoa gets below the 20-day moving average of cocoa, we are still in an uptrend. Really, the parabolic move you see there really began in February. So it's possible it could last several more months, depending on the strength of El Nino the next few months and how quickly La Nina forms by the end of the summer or fall. So, what do you get with this free issue of Weather Wealth? I don't want to see Gmail addresses, folks. You'll be knocked out, okay, or Yahoo. If you have to do it, go ahead, but I prefer you have a regular email address. We'll discuss this in my recent issue of Weather Wealth. Another parabolic move that I see in the agricultural markets that may continue if it does not rain in May somewhere in the next 6 weeks. Download that free issue of Weather Wealth, and you'll see the trading ideas and my suggestions. What else do you get with my newsletter? So we have weather spiders, which were really bearish natural gas and soybeans for months. As a matter of fact, it was a -8, very bearish corn last summer in the midst of the drought everybody was talking about. Most recently, it's been kind of neutral, but with good planting weather, I expect that corn spider to go more bearish deeper into April and May. Look how it's been too wet in parts of France for the soft red wheat crop, too dry in the Ukraine. But notice the map on the bottom left is going to be changing as we get into the end of April, and that should be good news for the wheat crop in April and May. And we have strategies, of course, in all grains for Weather Wealth clients. Look how El Nino is fluctuating up and down here right now. As a matter of fact, everyone's going for La Nina to begin by June or July. I think it could hold off to till September or October. Notice the ocean temperatures here on the left now, some new models I've gotten, warmer than normal in a few areas along the equator into June and July. Okay, so that may mean that La Nina holds off to the right there till September or October. If that's the case, we would remain in a bear market in grains, and I have some advice in soft commodities that could be bullish because of El Nino perhaps persisting off and on slightly here over the next 2 to 3 months. So once again, if you are a farmer or a small trader, you are eligible for a huge discount of my newsletter, flash updates when weather maps change in the middle of the summer, trading ideas. I've had 38 years experience doing this, catching part of this move down in corn and beans the last 6 months, particularly natural gas, part of cocoa, and we have some other advice in other markets right now you can get by downloading a recent free issue. Thank you and enjoy. We look forward to a very exciting season. And I think many farmers will benefit certainly from this advice because I also think La Nina is going to hold off longer than many other folks feel. We'll talk about that. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.